So we'll be back into the second video of this same tutorial of API development with OSP Pro and using Python and Flask. Now look, on the other way around, we just did our complete introduction, beginning part of the application, which we look onto creating up simple object. Now this was just a demonstration to you guys. Now we really need to go to reality, and this time around we have to look onto what are those things that we tend to use to build up an API. Well, there are different program tools they're outlined there. There's some online tool that you guys can use, but I request you guys to have something called something offline. You get something offline that you can use at any time, and this is something called the Postman. I use Postman to build up an API whereby I'm going to test up with the different endpoints. If I may just dive into a little bit shortly onto this, and I make you guys understand what I'm talking about, is this. So I have different APIs that maybe I'll look onto here. So I have just different API, I have the open source API here, which I tend to come up with several. So this is the Postman in a simple term that I have to let you guys know that it being Postman, it gives me a complete flow, complete understanding how the API is going to be lined up. I have different tests, I have different API that I've built here, as you guys might see around several API that even PayPal APIs, the token, the shake, whatever. I have them here, which I will say in this time I do have with me that I tend to build several APIs as well. So look, Postman gives you a chance to understand how best you can talk to API in different languages. When you come this time around where they say code and you try to check there, I think you can see this gives you a chance as well to deal with any languages of your choice. That even someone using the C libcal can still as well build API with it, and it should work very well for C programming. HTTP as well, even someone with the Python on our case, that tomorrow if maybe want to create our API with the Python, you can just say Python request, which I believe is very good. Even Python HTTP is also very good, but I prefer Python request, which is going to give more so simple and it's easy to interpret and easy to integrate. And this is only what you need to request on your top of your application. And when you render that inside your Python request or your Python application, definitely it's going to respond and it should be very fast to interpret and respond to the data that you're going to come up with. So in a simple term, I encourage you guys to have Postman installed. So to download Postman is also not something very complicated. It's something very simple, and I request you guys to go to your browser and then just type Postman. So when you just type Postman, definitely this will let you guys to go into something called the postman.org. So please, you guys, I'm going to post this down on my video description. You guys should be in a position to download the Postman on your PC. Please, after installing Postman, it's not going to work just then and then. There's something you need to take note of, and this is it. You have to make sure you happen to connect it with your Gmail or with your online or whatever. Create an account, and which is going to give you a complete access and chance to have Postman being in a position to do just the magic that's expected you guys to do. So in a simple term, please, that's the next big thing that I expect you guys to have with you. Just like they describe somewhere here, someone just say Postman, and that allows Postman is an application that allows us to build or do API test. It is like a browser that doesn't render HTML. In the browser we can hit or only with HTML, we only get HTTP request, but here we get hint like get post request, get post, get putty, pashy. There's the delete, which also gives us chance to delete up record. There's put, which gives us either to update record or to try to move some modification. Post when you're trying to insert record. Get when you're getting result from the database, something of that sort. So well, just make sure that you're ready to have post into your Postman into your PC, and please, it's for free. Don't say it's paid, it's free. I always like to use free version of the stuff so that you don't be intimidated to have it with you installed. Please tune into the next video where I'm going to be pushing you to the next session, and we should be ready to have started with the Postman. Please, I'm also going to share with you my simple book. I'm going to just put this book onto my video description, and please, I'm going to share with you guys a link. The video is just going to be for $5 with you. It's going to be having a complete API development with Flask and Python. Please don't forget, video meaning that the book is just going to be for $5, and please make sure you get this book from me, and make sure we go together. Thank you.